Welcome everybody to a brand new edition of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel, Toy Unboxing. I am your host, JD. So today we're going to be going over some more Motu Origins figures that I'm going to be going over, about 3 figures for you. So I'm going to be going over the Eternian Goddess and also the new edition of Stratos, the Winged Warrior, and also I'm going to be going over the one and only Sorceress. So again, these are from the Masters of the Universe Origins line from Mattel. And as you can see on the back, it's He-Man with the axe and the newer head that they re-released that looks more like the retro one from the 80s. And of course, you see the one that I already went over, Buzz-Off and Jitsu. So Stratos, or Stratos, I don't know how they really pronounce it. I always call it Stratos. So Stratos, the Winged Warrior, the newer version, is on this line. And of course, the Sorceress. And of course, you have the Skeletor. Usually there's always a He-Man or a Skeletor in every line, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, definitely, I'm glad to have these added to my collection. I mean, my Motu collection is growing exponentially. And of course, on the back for the Eternian Goddess, which is almost kind of like a Teela, almost like an evil Teela. So on here, you can get Stinkor, Webstor, and the newer Beastman from the Savage Henchman Beastman. And yeah, so I don't remember the Eternian Goddess. Of course, I remember Stratos from the 80s when I had the toys, and of course, the Sorceress. Although I never had the Sorceress when I was little. I think I only had a few when I was a kid, but obviously, you know, from all of the older videos or the past videos that we've done, that I'm a huge Masters of the Universe fan. I think if I had to choose one that would be my favorite, obviously would be the first line of the He-Man and the Skeletor. But I am actually really looking forward to see if I can actually get, and they're quite expensive. They came out a little bit, but and I'll put a picture up here. The William Stout collection from Super 7, and it's based on the Masters of the Universe movie from the 80s, starring Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella. So you can see them up here, what they look like. And I don't remember, I think they released a figure line of the Masters of the Universe, the movie, but they didn't really look like the ones from the movie, and that's why Super 7 and the William Stout collection. William Stout was actually the artist that drew what the He-Man character would look like in Skeletor, and I think he did the storyboards for the movie. That's why they, you know, William Stout they call it the William Stout collection. But definitely gonna unbox these bad boys, so we're definitely gonna get to it, and we're gonna do like we always do. We're gonna let them breathe. Yes, friends, this is the Masters of the Universe Motu Origins line, and this is going to be starting off with the Eternian Goddess, part of the Snake Mountain crew, run by Skeletor, new for 21 series. And like I said, I don't know too much about this particular figure because I don't remember recalling ever seeing her in the actual series themselves, but we're going to be going over her, as well as Stratos, the Winged Warrior. This is a newer version of Stratos, as I've unboxed them before, and I'm going to be going over with you in just a moment about the differences between the two. But this is also part of the New 22 series. So the other one was from New 21, and this is from New 22 for this year's line. And to top it off, we have the one and only Sorceress, Heroic Guardian of Castle Grayskull, part of the New 22 series. And we're going to be going over this particular figure along with the others as well. And we're going to be verifying as far as like what her magical abilities are, everything you need to know specifically about this figure. So back to you, JD. All right, so the very first one we're going to be going over today is the Eternian Goddess. So naturally, for anyone who's actually collected these figures before or is currently collecting these figures, can tell that this person looks oddly similar to someone, and that would be Teela. Now, this particular figure comes with this comic called Rock in a Hard Place, and that was one of the big things with this particular toy line back in the 80s, is that they wanted to not only sell the figures, but also, you know, be able to get a lot of more merchandise bang for their buck. And a lot of these all right, so we got that out of the way. So I met my quota for each video of dropping a figure. So as I was saying, these came with some comic books, and that was one of the things that the actual toy makers at Mattel wanted to do, because they wanted to get, you know, not only can you have these, sell these to kids, but you can also help them read, because they come with comic books. And they did every conceivable thing that they could to be able to make it so that it's just actually a good idea to buy these toys. But as I said, this figure, the Eternian Goddess, clearly is the same as Teela. The only difference is obviously it's just that the paint is different. The actual boots are painted different, her skin is different, but it's pretty much the same mold. So I'm just taking a look at the comic here, and it's basically He-Man fighting Faker, and so you can see her in the comic here. So that's Webstore, and then Skeletor. Definitely I'm gonna have to sit down and read all of these, just because I have so many of these and I actually never read them. I've just kind of briefly glanced at them, but anyone in the comments section that watches the video, let me, and I'm going to do some research on my own, but I never understood why they did this. Like, what? I haven't seen her in the cartoon, so I don't remember her being in the cartoon. But if you guys just let me know exactly why this Eternian Goddess was made. Maybe it was just an offset character and she was just never made into the cartoon. It was just part of the comic series, but the articulation is going to be the same, because like I said, it's the same mold for Teela, but it's going to be in a different Eternian Goddess. So they didn't really have to do much it didn't cost them a lot to make this figure, because it's pretty much the same figure, they just different paint application. Now Teela also has a shield. I think it fell inside the ring and I got to pick it up. I have them all on the Masters of the WWE Universe ring, that I have them all displayed here. So, but this figure is pretty cool, but I got to do a little bit more research as to why they made her and what purpose she serves in the series and all the overall universe of Masters of the Universe. But yeah, this is a really, really cool figure, and she's definitely going to be a bad guy, so I'm going to have to put her in the bad guy ring. And that is pretty much all that we really need to say. It's really easy kind of a review. There's really nothing different that we need to talk about other than the obvious that she's a bad guy and Teela's a good guy. But let's go to the next one. All right, so the next one we're going to be going over is Stratos, the Winged Warrior, and was pretty much a character that was already released before, and it comes with this particular comic, The Challenge of Jitsu, which we saw previously when I unboxed Buzz-Off and Jitsu, where he fights Stratos and Buzz-Off, and they team up to try to fight Jitsu. Pretty cool. And of course, as I mentioned before, this particular character was already made in the first series. It's the same mold, same guy. And of course, the only difference is obviously the color. It's all painted differently, but the same mold. So just like with the Eternian Goddess, as opposed to what it cost Mattel to make it, they really didn't have to do much, because all they have to do is just use the same mold and paint it differently. Again, you guys have to let me know as to why there was a different paint application this time. What did he change color in the comics or in the cartoon? I don't remember that. Maybe I have to start watching the cartoon again to see if I can find something as to why this guy used to look like this and now looks like this. But This is the same guy, the same jetpack on here, the same feathers, but just different. So the color's more, it pops more on this one. A lot more bright, a lot brighter, I should say. Not more bright, brighter. And it's got some hamburger meat, chest hair going on over there, just like the original Stratos. By the way, also just wanted to let you know that I'm actually filming this on my brand new iPhone 13. So if you guys notice a difference in the overall quality of the picture of the video, that is why. So I upgraded, y'all, and that's really not much we could say about this one. I know it's just kind of like a boring episode, because there's really nothing we can say about these two different figures. Other than the fact that they were made to kind of sell more toys. I don't know, were they running out of ideas? Is that what it is? Like I said, anyone who's actually been following this and knows a little bit more about this than I do, you know, feel free to comment on the video just to let me know exactly why they redid the couple of these figures. With the He-Man, I can get it. You know, they redid his head, you know, with the more retro style head than the newer one that they came out initially when they redid this. That I get, you know, because then that doesn't really have to cost much for them to remake it, because all they really have to do is just make a new head and then just pop it on the same body that they were making before on the original. But with these, like I said, it's just, I don't know, were they just running out of ideas and they say, oh well, we'll just redo it with a different color. A lot of people will say, well, they did that with Cobra Commander. I'm like, well, no. Cobra Commander had 3 different figures, depending on his what era of Cobra Commander you're looking at. So obviously he had, not to go off topic here, but he had the one with the shiny helmet, you know, face mask with the, you know, military helmet. And then he had the one with the sash that's over his face. And then he had this other one that almost kind of looked like a Darth Vader mask that was all silver, and like the newer episodes of the G.I. Joe series. But so those were all different figures. Same character, yes, but all different figures, the different body types, different molds. So that is different than this particular situation that we're talking about now, because the fact that, you know, it's the same guy, just different paint application. So that pretty much wraps up Stratos the Winged Warrior, but we're going to go over the final figure, who is, yes friends, the one and only Sorceress, the, not necessarily leader, but the aide of He-Man. She is the one that tells him that, hey, we need help, this is what we need to do, and he basically goes out and does it and saves Eternia day in and day out. But this is a brand new version of the Sorceress figure from the original 1980s version. Same mold, maybe different face, just a little bit. Maybe they updated it from now on as far as better paint application, but everything else is the same. And I'm going to put a picture up here of the original one from the 80s version. As you can see, they pretty much look the same. And with her figure, her wings kind of go up here, so she can look like she can fly almost. But it's very same body type as, like, you know, Teela and She-Ra and Evil-Lyn and Eternian Goddess. So like the arms are, you know, fairly small. The body waist is very, very thin, and they have pretty much the same type of boot mold, same pegs on the for you to put the stands on them. Their stabs are pretty much the same type of material that they use for all of their stabs. Just the portion of the end of it looks different. So, and yeah, I mean, definitely is the up-to-date version of Sorceress. I don't know if they're going to remake her again, because they did the same thing obviously with Evil-Lyn. They remade her with a different skin tone, but I don't foresee them doing that with Sorceress. They really don't need to do that. Now, Sorceress came with the same comic with the, you know, challenge of Jitsu. That's one comes what she has. And so I'm actually running out of space with my my rings here. I don't know, I might have to get another ring just to kind of start, you know, collect more because there's still ones that I'm missing. I'm still missing Orko. I'm still missing. Um, I'm missing Stinkor. Who else am I missing? The new Beastman that just came out not too long ago. And who else? That's only ones that I know of. I'm sure. Oh, Web Store and all that. So yeah. So I'm also missing the Grayskull. I'm sorry. The King Guard, the ones that you can get at like Big Lots. I forget. It's like a guard. It looks like just like Man at Arms, but it actually has a mask. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely glad that I actually got this. As you all know, this was my wife and my son found this. So Jaden is he's always my great figure scout. He knows exactly what I need. Sometimes he already knows about more of my collection than I do myself, so it's a really good thing to have. But yeah, I love this particular figure. There's really nothing that I can say as far as like the paint applications. Like remember when I unboxed Clamp Champ, I remember I was telling you that the head paint application was kind of like messed up a little bit. There we go. I like the iPhone 13 because you can actually zoom in and it actually focuses a lot better than the old ones did. So that's pretty cool. Just when I'm trying to show you guys something like that. But yeah, her paint application is good. I don't see any blemishes of any kind. So I'm glad that I have this. So that pretty much does it for this unboxing. I'll be with you in a moment. So that does it for this edition of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel Toy Unboxing. Again, I'm your host, JD. Be sure to like and subscribe and also comment on any of our video submissions on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and follow us on TikTok, and also follow us on Twitch. I haven't been on Twitch for a little bit, but a couple weeks. I just haven't had time to do any streaming. Plus, last week I'm still getting over a little bit of a sickness. Our household kind of got hit hard. Everybody got sick, so I haven't been really doing a lot of Twitch streaming. Hopefully, by the time of this recording this weekend, I'll be able to do some more streaming on Twitch. So be sure to check us out, and also check us out on TikTok. I've been doing a lot of TikToks lately, and thank you so very much for everyone who actually follows us on TikTok. We're almost at 3,000 followers on TikTok, which is TikTok, I should say. Which is oddly, like it's so weird that we're doing so well in TikTok, but we're still kind of like, at a steady pace on YouTube. But it's all good. It's all gravy. But thank you so very much. And eventually, we'll be able to do some more stuff on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you so very much. Keep on cruising. See you later.